Gaw. Gaw.
Hello everyone, Mike here, and it's time to check out some more HoloLive videos. Today we are doing a rarity. We're going to be checking out something from HoloLive Indonesia. And I checked this time. Unlike the situation where I, for some reason, thought Bay was from HoloLive Indonesia, despite being Australian. Yeah, this time I made sure that I was right, and it is HoloLive Indonesia. Specifically, we were checking out this video. Ollie's big brother, Elo, is the ultimate Chad. Not even sure if I'm pronouncing her brother's name right, but she'll probably say in the video. So let's not waste any more time. Get the headphones on, and let's check this out. All right. Play.
Okay, so a little story time about my brother. So my brother works as a PA for this really, really rich guy. Let's say that there's another
I don't know what
PA.
a PA
So
is.
he works as a PA for like the grandson, and there's like another PA
that like
that works
public
for the grandfather.
accountant?
Let's say a young adult is my big brother's boss. So he's the PA of this young adult grandson of the family. There's this necklace that
Actually,
you need
admittedly,
to,
I'm slightly distracted by the
to
fact
pick
that there's a
up from
HoloLive
this really,
card
really
game.
big
I want to look
store.
into that.
Then he was like, okay, when should I pick it up? And they're like, okay, can you pick it up at noon? And he was like, okay, sure. So the leader
Okay.
PA told my brother, yeah, it's going to be a $2,000 necklace. Make sure that you arrive on time and make sure that you get it. And
I
once you
like
get
the
it,
picture
make sure
we've
you
got
go
of the
straight home
brother.
and put it in a, what's it called? A safety box. Gitu.
Safe place.
And then my brother was like, okay, easy peasy. And he's kind of used to it because the family likes to spend like a ridiculous amount of money. He went to this like jewelry shop. It's a very, very fancy jewelry shop, mind you. He didn't tell me what the name of the shop was. He didn't even remember. He came there with the Honda Civic, a worn t-shirt, shorts,
And muscles
Crocs,
gleaming, apparently.
and knee-length socks. Basically, he did not look like the part, you know? And so, he got to the store, but obviously, with the way he's dressed, nobody wants to serve him, right? Mm-mm. So, my brother got there like 10 minutes early, and he was just waiting for the people to serve him. But even after it was the time to actually get the necklace that he was ordered to get, no employee was walking up to him. He could have just walked up to them and asked,
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
kind
he
of
was
thinking.
feeling cheeky that day. So, what he decided
It's
to
like-
do is that he wanted to make a scene. Jadi
Oh,
terus
boy.
dia tiba-tiba teriak-teriak gitu. Yo! Am I not going to get any fucking service in this house? Basically, he was making a scene. And then the employee,
you could have
the
just
employees were
gone
freaking out, right?
to-
They're like, oh
to
my
an
god,
employee.
who's this Indonesian guy with shorts and Crocs yelling in our store? Like, what the fuck, right? So the employee came to his service. They're like, hi, sir. Is there anything that I can do for you?
Well,
And
let
he
me
was like,
tell
"Yeah.
you.
I'm here to pick up some jewelries. Don't you know? Don't you know that I have an appointment? Do you not know who I am? My brother was no one of importance, by the way. He was just a PA.
I was
but
gonna
he just
say,
liked messing
should
around
they
with
know who
people.
you are?
So everybody was freaking out, and then they're like, "Oh, we're very sorry, but what reservation do you go by?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's Ilo." So apparently,
Ilo. We got a name.
the rich family, they told the store that the person that will be picking up the necklace is going to be a guy called Ilo. And so when they heard that it was him in the flesh, they started sweating a lot more. Oh, you're Mr. Ilo. I'm very, very sorry, sir.
Not just
Just
Ilo.
a moment.
Mr.
Okay,
Ilo.
mohon maaf sebelumnya, Bapak. Tunggu sebentar ya. Terus habis itu ditinggalin kan sama pegawainya. And then the employee went to the back, called a manager or someone in charge, and they had gloves on them. They're like, oh, hello, Mr. Ilo. It's very nice to see you. Thank you for coming so far. Thank you for coming to our jewelry shop. It's an honor to meet you. Basically, they were giving him the king treatment, kita. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Mr. Ilo. he was messing with them, with the privilege that he got from his boss, basically. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, you're here to pick up a necklace, right?" And then he was like, "Yeah, take me to the necklace." And they're like, "Okay, just a moment, sir." And so they had like a very private VVIP room. Opened the doors for him, pulled the chair for
very
him,
important
and just went,
person.
"Okay, sir, we have a few drinks. What would you like? Would you like some wine? Would you like some champagne? We have some special ones. I'll take the champagne." And they just started
He's like,
pouring
"Give me a
him the
beer."
champagne. He was just enjoying life, basically. Yeah. And so he drank the champagne, and they were sweating bullets, mind you. They're like, how is it, sir?" And he's like, "Pretty good. It was the tastiest champagne he's ever had." And so anyways, they talked a little bit. They're like, "Oh, okay, would you like to see other products first before we get to the main event? Or do you just want to do the paperwork?" And he was like, "Oh, I'll just do the paperwork. Thanks." Yeah, they brought a security guard, like 2 of them. One of them was carrying the briefcase, and then they opened it to him. It's like a very big diamond. It's like the size of an eyeball. It was crazy. And then the clerk was like, "Okay, how is it, sir? Is it to your liking?" And he was like, "Oh, yes, amazing, wonderful, spectacular, beautiful, amazing."
Okay,
He just
I
kept on,
kind of now just starting to picture
giving
the
like
$1 Million
short
Man Ted
compliments.
DiBiase.
But in reality,
got
he
his
didn't know
$1
what
million
he was looking
belts.
at because it was just a ridiculously big diamond on a necklace. Again, the size of an eyeball. Yeah. And so they're like, "Oh, yes, do you want to touch it, sir?" And he was like, "No, it's okay, put it in the briefcase."
You want to touch it?
Yeah, he said to put it in the briefcase because he was too scared to touch it. Again, a diamond the size of an eyeball is crazy. On a necklace? What in the world? Well, anyways, he did the paperwork and whatnot. And then the clerk was like, "Okay, is there anything else that we can do for you, sir?" And then he was like, "No, that's okay. I just want to go home with my new amazing necklace." Anyways, they're like, "Okay, do you want us to take you back? Do you want us to like escort you out?" And
Yeah,
then
I was
he
gonna
was
say
like,
escort.
"Oh yeah, you know what? Sure, fine. Escort me out." The 2 securities that were in the room escorted my brother out to his Honda Civic. And that was when he needed to bullshit stuff up. He was because the security guards was like, "Sir, is this your card? Are you sure this is your car?
Hey, I spent all my money on the diamond, okay? I had to go
not
cheap.
Mistaken?" And he's like, "Oh no, don't worry. This is my gardener's car. My real car is still in the dealership." And then the guards were like, "Oh, okay." And then before he went off, he started reading the paperwork because he was curious. Like, he only signed the paperwork as is. He didn't really pay much attention. And once he was in the car, he was like, "You know what? What's this diamond all about?" Right?
I feel like that's something I
And
wouldn't
so
want to know.
when he was in the
'cause
car,
it would
he
just
read
make
the
me more
paperwork,
nervous.
and turns out it was not $2,000, guys.
How much? How much
It
more?
was $260,000.
Yeah.
What? And that's when he actually started sweating. Thankfully, the guards weren't there anymore. But that's when reality hit him.
What's
He was
wrong,
like,
sir?
"Oh,
You seem nervous.
this is why the PA leader told me to go straight home once I get the necklace. There's a fucking house inside my car. Inside my Honda Civic, there's a fucking house." Because holy shit, 260,000?
Well,
Insanity. You know, that happened, and then he freaked out. He started yelling at the PA leader. "You lied to me, you piece of shit! You told me it was only $2,000. Why is this $260,000?" And then the leader just went,
okay, so first thing is, all I am picturing is, as I said, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase when he received his $1 million belts. All I can see is them lifting the briefcase and being like, "Yes, It's mine! I think that could have been entertaining. In all seriousness, everybody's humor is, their own. I just cannot relate to acting that way in this situation. Maybe I'm too nice for my own good, sometimes, but yeah, the idea of, talking tough and just being kind of a jerk to the guards and the staff, I just wouldn't do it for me. But then, everyone has their own sensibilities. I need to actually Google what, because I'm still trying to figure out what a PA is. Let me see if I can figure that out. What is a PA? Okay, I don't think that's it. I don't think physician assistant. Yeah, I don't think it's a physician's assistant. Physician associate. Medical provider. Yeah, I don't think that's it. So, I get decent responses from people on the Hololive videos. Any of you, what do they mean by PA? Because I'm not entirely sure what that is. So if any of you guys know, help me out. But anyway, that's all I've got on this one. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. That does a lot to help me out. And until next time.